Israel, good afternoon. I'm very happy to have you here.
Thank you.
You are president of Spotam, which is a company expert in the area of car connected, IoT, location services, and other things. You're here to give us your idea, your perspective about Internet of Things. And one first question coming immediately, because everybody is talking about these buzzwords, what is really IoT?
Okay, first of all, you can talk about IoT for 2 hours and don't stop,
Right.
okay? It's very interesting. But actually, if I want to say it in one sentence, IoT is Web 3, okay? We had Web 1, the first generation, simple information mining. We had the social web, Web 2, and now we are talking about Web 3. And Web 3 is actually a situation where things are getting into the picture. People are talking to things are talking to things, and we are opening ourselves to a very large array of applications that the fact that we are capable to communicate with things makes them available. First of all, maybe before talking about what kind of applications, what are things? Things are either sensors, which means they are sending us information, sensing stuff, whether it's water leaking or whether it's location of an asset. A refrigerator, or a stock in a vending machine, or the amount of money in an ATM machine, whatever you want, okay? And we have appliances that are not only sensors, but they are capable to do stuff. Now, with such things and with the capability to communicate, we can do asset tracking, we can do remote healthcare, we can cause cars to talk with each other, we can do smart metering and charge people. Even concepts like smart home and smart cities are beginning to be feasible in such a situation. Now, maybe to conclude, IoT today, and that's why we are doing an IoT conferences and we are asking ourselves about IoT, is becoming very, very centric to the evolution of IT. It opens new dimension, it opens new opportunities, it increases the demand to new applications.
Huge market.
Unbelievably huge. Actually, it's not market, I would say it's markets, because it's a large number of industries, but still there are commonalities in the base technology, in the enabling technologies, and in the fact that you can combine systems. I think that IoT to some extent is system of systems. That's what it makes it a generation in the evolution of the network, and not simply a huge collections of smart ideas and applications in different areas.
Talking of I think in 2020, about 40 billion of things interconnected.
Yes.
Which is really huge market.
It's a huge market, and by the way, why it becomes a concept and not a simple application, it has a huge influence of, let's say, cellular providers. Because now...
Certainly, yeah, sure.
Yeah, but now all the billing systems, for instance, need to be changed.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And they cannot charge the same, and they have a problem of their cost in order to support a specific subscriber.
And it's a huge amount of information for them.
Yeah,
they have to deal with that.
Sometimes, you know what? It's even less.
And I understand that all the technologies are here, or there.
Of course, they will be developed, but the enabling technologies like LTE.
All the industries are there too.
Yeah.
Which industries? Who will be interested by such things?
A lot of industries. You know, the most common right now, automotive was a pioneer, and then smart metering, and then remote healthcare, and then all the asset tracking, short range and long range are there. And that's the near future.
Right.
But we are beginning to see concepts like smart city, smart home, even autonomous car that are beginning to be evolved, and they are reflecting the vision of system of systems.
All the subjects will be discussed during the congress?
Yes, I think that what's interesting in such a conference is the fact that part of the lectures you're getting a wide view what's going on, and then you go deep into this subject and this subject, and if you are coming from discipline A and you sit in discipline B lecture, you're beginning to learn what are the opportunities of interconnecting between industries.
The influence from one to another and so on. Very, very interesting. Can you give me an example of, let's say, a small word completely interconnected, like smart city?
Smart city, yeah. It's a good example because smart city reflects a lot of stakeholders and a lot of use cases that might be used, and the interaction between the system is giving a lot of benefits. In smart city, for instance, you have city staff, you have emergency services, you have operators that are giving various transportation and other services in the city, you have city residents, you have city businesses, you have visitors. All of them are there, and they need a part of the cake, and they need to contribute a part of the cake. Now see the application. First of all, there is an infrastructure to watch, okay? Energy supply, water supply, constant supply, handling emergencies. You have traffic, traffic in emergency cases, information for people, there is a super hub project, the European project, that might be interesting. We don't have much time to talk about it, but we will talk about it in the conference a little bit. So people need to know how to go from one place to other and what means to use. You have emergency cases that you need to control and stuff like this. City information, what events, where events, stuff like this. Public safety, okay? Public safety, CCTV cameras and other means that are really guarding the people in areas, in commercial areas, in hazardous areas, etc. Tolling, parking, handling congestion, routing people to the right parking place.
In a word, everything will be interconnected to everything.
Exactly. And you want a good example, transportation and good routing to the right parking places is solving a pollution problem.
Right.
Because when you spend time to find the parking lot, you have a problem.
Time, money, pollution.
Okay, pollution, your cost of gas or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's a very good example.
Yeah, I think we can talk more and more and more.
Yeah, I can talk.
There's many other questions completely open, like standard. I hope that we will talk about during the conference.
Yeah, we'll talk about
like security. How will we will resolve the security problem? Like central management, distributed management, or central management. Who will centralize all this information? A lot of other subjects. But I hope they will be discussed during the conference. That means this conference, by the way, will interest everybody.
This conference is going to it's going to interest everybody because everybody needs to be interested when you are talking about the next generation of the network. Hardware developers, because they need to consider what they are going to do next and what technologies we apply. Device and sensors, industry specific, gas, water, traffic, automotive, whatever. Okay, AIPs, application enabling platforms, are playing a major role. I'm going to talk about it in my lecture, probably others as well. Mobile service provider and mobile technology provider, because without mobile technology, most of it will not happen. Cloud and SaaS applications, big data solutions, because you really want to infer stuff. Mobile workforce management, okay? Regulators, by the way, and you mentioned security. So everybody.
In words, it certainly be very, very interesting.
Yes.
You convinced me.
Okay.
Thank you,
Come to the conference.
Thank you, Israel.